Okay, so we're gonna do our traditional Tabata warm up here, 20 seconds per move. Let's start with a march to the front, driving your knees up towards your hands, rolling your shoulders down and back. Chest is nice and tall, chin is lifted, really good posture here. And just start slowly elevating our heart rate, slowly getting our body moving, prepping ourselves here for the work to come. Go ahead and take a 10-second break, quick shake it out. We're gonna do squats next. So feet are just a little bit wider than hip width apart, toes pointed slightly out. And we're gonna go ahead and squat down and then reach your arms up. So as you squat down, you can throw your arms back. And as you stand up, reaching overhead, if you wanna go up onto your toes, you can. You wanna keep the weight in your heels, sinking your hips back like there's a chair or a bench far behind you that you're trying to sit into, keeping your chest nice and tall. And 10-second break. Sumo squats are going to be next. So we're going to go for a wide stance. Toes are going to point out. We're going to drop straight down and straight up. And we'll do big inhale and exhale arms. So circle your arms up and down. Warming up the shoulder joint with these arm movements. And then, of course, the lower body with our squats, practicing our form. Drive through the heels. Working on keeping your shoulders stacked directly over your hips on this one. And again, knees point out. And rest. We're gonna do front lunges next, and these are gonna come into play in a little bit in our workout. Nice big step forward, front knee stays behind the toes. All right, let's go. So remember, as you're doing this, you wanna keep a space between your feet. So feet stay about hip width distance apart. Imagine like you're on a railroad track here. Really driving through the heel when you return to standing. And 10-second break. The next move will be a reverse lunge, so we can bring our arms extended overhead, big step back, front knee stays behind the toes again. And here we go. On the clock. Keeping the space between your feet for balance. Really working on full extension, try to get your biceps by your ears. Reaching tall, working on shoulder mobility through that. Extension of the shoulders here. And rest. Side lunges will be next. So take a big step to the side, shoot your hips back, front knee stays behind the toe. Alternate, let's go. Woo. There we go, nice big step. Weight is in the heels, hips go back. If you're just joining, welcome. We're in our warm up right now. 20 seconds per move with 10 seconds rest. That's the Tabata format. Practicing it in the warm up as well as the workout. Almost there. And 10-second break. We're gonna do inchworms next. So you're gonna hinge at your hips, bend your knees as much as you need. Walking out to a plank position, optional push-up. Go ahead and start, join in, and we'll walk it back in. So on this one, you really wanna think about sucking our belly buttons into our spine so our hips stay level. We don't want any saggy backs or mountains. Push-up is optional again. And take a break, shake it out. Our final move is going to be a stationary plank. So we'll go out into the plank we just practiced and hold for 20 seconds. All right, let's get into it. Hands should be right under your shoulders on this one. Eyes gaze a little bit in front of your hands towards the floor. So you have a nice space between your chin and your chest. Neck is neutral. Pressing your hands into the floor so you're pressing away from the ground. You don't want to sink into your shoulders here. And take a break. All right, we have a 45-second rest before we start our first interval, which is going to be a move called step through lunges. So we'll work on the lower body on this first set. And this is one of my all-time favorite leg exercises. So it's basically a front lunge to a reverse lunge. So stepping forward and then trying to push all the way through into the reverse lunge. So if you can avoid tapping in the middle, that's the goal. If that's a struggle for balance for you, you could do front lunge, tap, reverse lunge, tap. Both of those moves we practiced in the warm-up. So we're gonna do 4 times with the right leg moving first. All right, let's get going. So right foot lunge forward, right foot lunge back. Our left foot is stationary, it's not moving at all. As we get into this, you're really gonna start to feel this one accumulate. I love this move. So remember, we're taking nice big steps forward and back. Go ahead and pause, 10-second break. Should be feeling your left leg already, maybe shake it out a bit. 3 more times with the right leg moving. All right, on the clock, let's go. Really focusing on driving through the front heel, keeping our front knees behind our toes to protect our knee joints. Trying to keep our shoulders stacked over our hips so we're standing nice and tall. Remember that space between your feet like railroad tracks, rest. That's gonna help with balance, especially if you're working towards that push all the way through with no tap. All right, 2 down, 2 to go with the right leg moving. Go. Round 3 of 4 on the right. Woo! Definitely a balance challenge in this one too. So as you start to feel maybe a little more comfortable with the move, you can start to increase your speed a bit. Try to get in a few extra reps. Make sure you're breathing through these. Rest. 1 more round on that side, and then we get to switch. This is our only lower body move of class, so we can really burn the legs out right now. Put all our energy in. Let's go. Last time on this leg. Tabatas are all about super high repetitions. Always form is important, but once you get the form down, you also want to think a little bit about speed with Tabatas and try to get a few more reps in if you can. And rest. We're going to do the other side now. So our right foot will be stationary, our left foot will step forward and back. All right, let's go. And I have my hands on my hips. If you want yours just hanging down by your sides, you can. You can add a little extra by going for that extension that we did practice in the warm-up. Up to you, but the focus is definitely on the lunges. Good form, and then adding in a little bit of speed if you can. Rest, and of course that balance component. Okay, 3 more rounds. That'll be it for legs. Stay in it. We can do this. Let's do it. Round 2. Checking in, are your steps staying nice and big? Are you keeping a space between your feet to help with balance? Are your knees staying behind your toes? Are your shoulders stacked over your hips? Can you go a little faster? Rest. 2 rounds to go. Remember, this is it for lower body. We're done with legs completely after this. Okay. Second to last set. Maybe you're starting to feel a little more comfortable with this move now. If so, try to increase your reps. Take a break. We have 1 round left. Last round, best round. Right leg stationary, left leg moving. 20 seconds to go. Begin. Nice job, everybody. Pushing through all the way to the end of this set. And these are called step through lunges. They're one of my favorite lunge variations. And rest. Lower body is done. We're going to do upper body next. And we'll be doing push-ups. Lots of them. So get excited. I'm going to move my mat up a little. Can you see that? Yeah. This is a great time for water. Maybe a towel off if you have one or need it. So on the push-ups, we're going to do traditional push-ups. So hands are a little bit wider than shoulder width on that variation, and elbows go out to about a 45-degree angle. You can do these on your toes from the plank position we practiced in the warm-up, on your knees, or tabletop. Tabletop means your knees are right under your hips. All right, let's get going. Keeping a space between your chin and your chest, eyes gaze forward. Working on full range of motion. So try to pick the option that allows you to go all the way down and all the way up. Exhale as you press up. And 10-second break. All right, these are going to accumulate fast. On this next round, I would like to have you count your reps. So, all right, begin. Go ahead and count. How many reps do you do in this 20-second round? Remember, form is most important. Speed is secondary. And take a break. 2 rounds to go. We have 6 more. Enjoy your rest. Maybe child's pose feels good for you. Get ready. Round 3. Here we go. Remember, toes, knees, or tabletop. Another option would be to hold a high plank, so just keeping it right here. Taking out the push-up movement, you'll still get a ton of core activation. You'll feel your shoulders. And rest. So just try to work some option if you can help it. Try not to rest until the breaks. All right, here we go, round 4. This will be the halfway point. Get into it as quickly as you can. You want every second to get your reps. Remember, exhale as you press up. Fight for these and rest. You should really be feeling your triceps, your chest, maybe your abs and your shoulders a little bit as well. We're halfway there. Stay in it. Let's go. You're getting stronger right now. So many muscles are working. Check in on your form. Remember that good plank position. You don't want saggy hips sinking into your shoulders. Rest. Form over reps here. All the rest flies by. Get ready. Round 6, we're in it. Let's go. Remember, take your variations. You might want to hit tabletop right about now. Your knees come right under your hips. If you start to feel like you're sagging it all through the lower back like this, or through your shoulders like this, that's a great indication that tabletop is where you want to go. Rest. 2 rounds left. All right, here it comes. Go, second to last round. Positive mental talk here is really important. You're strong, you're committed, you're building strength right now, both physically and mentally. Rest. All right, this is our last round. We're gonna count our reps one more time. If there's any way to match your reps from earlier, try. All right, let's go. Do your best. We're a lot more fatigued now. No, this is it though. No more upper body after this. We end with core. Push through. All the way. That's it. You made it. Whew, that's a lot of push-ups. Really good work, everybody. Enjoy this rest, grabbing water. You might want to shake your arms out. Our last exercise, like I said, is a core exercise. So please take your time and rest. I'm just going to show you where we're going so that when our rest is up, you are able to jump right in. We're doing single leg jackknives. So we're going to have one foot flat on the floor, the other leg straight. Arms extend overhead, and we're crunching or sitting up towards that leg. All right, so when you're ready, go ahead and join. Full version, you reach for your toes, you come all the way off the mat. Option is to come into a crunch, shoulder blades come off the mat, leg comes up not quite so high. Exhale as you come up, inhale on the way down, and take a break. We're gonna do all 4 on one side, and then all 4 on the other. You probably knew that was coming. All right, get ready, arms overhead. On the clock, round 2. So remember, you can reach all the way to your toes for that full jackknife position. If that's your option, your whole lower back comes off the mat. Other option, shoulder blades off the mat, smaller lift. You can always take the leg out. Rest. So if you really start to feel your form is faltering, try upper body and both feet down instead. All right, round 3, so that would look like this. Very similar to a traditional crunch, but you're still adding that arm extension overhead, which makes it a little bit harder. than a traditional crunch. It's a lot of abs. You can do it though. Relax. One more round on this side and then we switch. Really try to relax your head and neck down during these break periods. All right, let's do it. Last time on the first leg. Really helps to exhale as you crunch up when you're doing abdominal work. And relax. Let it go here, head and neck released, getting ready for the other side. So other foot flat, other foot straight. Here we go. All right, this is the first round, so feel it out. Maybe start smaller, range of motion. Go bigger if it feels good. This is a full abdominal move. Activating so many ab muscles. Relax. You should feel upper, middle, and lower abs all working together here. Getting ready. Round 2 on this side. Remember, you can keep it smaller, shoulder blades coming off instead of the whole lower back. Leg lifting just a little. You can take the leg out. That's a great version. Rest. If you're feeling a lot of tension in your neck, you can always place your hands behind your head as well. So that would look like this. So you can do a smaller version, hands behind the head, supporting your head and neck if you're feeling a lot of fatigue there. That's not what we're going for. Going for abs. And rest. We have one final 20-second round and we are done after that. All right, try to get as many as you can in. Full recoveries next. Let's go. Final 20 seconds of work. Use your breath. Use your positive self-talk. Strength to the end. You got it. And that's it. Maybe take a second to extend both legs and both arms, and then really inhale and lengthen. Feel a nice stretch through your abs, like a good morning stretch. And then exhale, release it all. Feet can roll out to the sides. Just sinking into your mat, your towel, the ground, wherever you are. Taking one more breath here. Then we're gonna go into a glute stretch. So feet flat on the mat, take one leg, cross it on top of the bottom leg, reach through that window you created, pull it on in. So this is a figure 4 glute stretch. Lunges worked a lot of glutes. Try to keep your head and neck relaxed down on the mat so there's no tension there. And go ahead and release that, switching sides. The opposite foot flat on the mat. Top leg crosses on top of the bottom leg. Reach through that window, pull it in, really flex your top foot. That'll help you feel the stretch even more in your glute and less in your knee joint. Nice big deep breaths into these stretches. And relax, grab behind your thighs. We'll rock it out a few times. You could do forward and back, side to side rocking, just whatever feels good here. It's just kind of our transition. When you're ready, we're gonna come all the way up to a seated position and then slowly make your way to standing. Take your time. If you're feeling lightheaded or dizzy, you can stay seated for a little bit longer. I'd like to squeeze in one more stretch, a quad stretch for us all. So when you're standing, you're gonna grab one foot straight up behind you, supporting knees stay slightly bent. Bent knee point straight down, drag your hip forward. You wanna feel a nice quad stretch here. Maybe a couple more deep breaths. So while we finish this last stretch of class, I just want to remind everybody that today is the last day of the summer Group X schedule. Go ahead and switch legs. There's a couple more classes later today if anyone likes to do 2 in the same day. Otherwise, our fall class schedule begins September 28th. So there is a little bit of a gap. You can always use our pre-recorded YouTube classes instead during that time. There's about 30 classes on there now, I believe. And release that, shake it out. If you have a moment, I know we're already like a minute over, let's do a quick chest stretch. I know I said quads would be last, but just stretch out after all those push-ups, interlace your hands behind your back, lift your arms. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.